It's week 3 of the NFL, and we've got Breece Hall. He was stellar a week ago, piling up the yards and finding pay dirt twice. It's the Steelers and the Raiders under the lights on Sunday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Bringing them out is the 12th-year pro seeking a return to Pro Bowl form, Russell Wilson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, his 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts, sliding out of the pocket. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment with the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He'll buy some time right. It's caught here by Adams. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Play action. Here's Hurts. Touchdown! Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are on the board first here in Vegas. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their 2nd possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
They'll run it for the first. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll begin by running the option. Still going. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, the numbers for Pierce last week, 20 carries, 72 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Oh, able to avoid him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Here's Hall again. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10. Hurts. He hits Adams, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyreek Hill from 6 yards away. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And Hall not going to bring this one out. The Raiders heading out to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up for 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Wilson. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Another carry for Pierce. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The big fella. He's to the 15. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. To a hit, and the ball is out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. On 1st down, Wilson. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
14.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Throwing is Hurts. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Rolling to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Back to throw again. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these laps.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And got his man, complete. Look at the big fella go. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Travis Kelsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Hurts will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now Wilson on 2nd down. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. Only able to gain a couple there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw is Wilson. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Pierce. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Wilson. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Raiders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after try forthcoming. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Shifts by him and running with power here. Inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Davante Adams from 10 yards out. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught by Higgins. And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Going for it with Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
That's on the guard, David Edwards. Straight ahead is Hall. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showing some tough running there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Give to Hall running right. Down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. Down the sideline he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Dances by him. 43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But
there he goes, left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're
going to fake it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him?
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 30. The drive will start with an option going left. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. And now here come the Raiders. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Inside the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Raiders 17.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this